Welcome back to the channel. As you know, it's always good to have you back here. This is Mathematics, your complete online school of mathematics. What we do here is cover mathematics topic by topic, breaking it down and simplifying it for you to be able to understand fully. Welcome, I'm Pendulum. I'm your tutor on this channel. If you're new, you're welcome. This is a good place to be if you want to become an expert at mathematics. So make sure you become part of the family by subscribing and turning on our notifications. So just subscribe and hit the notification buttons for all our notifications so that whenever we drop a new video, you'll be notified to come and watch and learn something new and get better at mathematics. All right. Welcome. We are looking at compound interest 2. So this is the second video on compound interest. We are still under mathematics of finance. This is the last part of it. So we are looking at specifically repayment under compound interest. Repayment. All right. So I think this one example is okay to handle this. So please, as we go on, don't forget to like this video. Like this video. Drop a thumbs up on the video. Drop your comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the video and share this video to your friends and anywhere you can share it. All right, put it out there, put the link out there so that somebody can see it and come and learn. All right, so let's look at this. We are told that a man borrows 150,000 naira. So principal 1 is 150,000 to buy a motorcycle at 3% rate, 3% compound interest per annum. All right, now per annum, so we know this is yearly, so our time is going to be one year for each one. Okay, because this is per annum, yearly. Don't forget, if you've watched compound interest video 1, you understand what I mean, because they may tell you for 6 months, for 3 months, all those things. Your time will change in that case. But if it's per annum, yearly. Then we are told that he repays 5,000 at the end of each year. How much does he still owe after 3 years to the nearest naira? All right, so we are calculating for 3 years, so we are going to do it 3 times, and you know how we do it. Interest is still PRT over 100. Now interest, we're starting from the first year, and interest for year 1 is principal 150,000, rate 3,000, all over 100. The time is just 1 year, so we don't need to put it. These two, we cancel these two, and what we have here is 15 times 3, 45. So the interest at the end of the first year is 45, and then our amount at the end of the first year is interest at the end of the first year plus principal for the first year, and that will give us interest at the end of the first year, not fourth, is 145, and the principal is 150,000. So the amount at the end of the first year is going to be 159,500. Amount at the end of year 1. All right. Now normally we'll just use this as our principal for year 2, but don't forget that this question is a repayment question, meaning that this is the amount the person owes at the end of year 1. He borrowed 150, and it has sorry, what did I add here? This is 154. Sorry, 154,500. So this money he borrowed 150 has grown to 154,500 at the end of the first year, but he repayment was what, 5,000, right? They told you repaying 5,000 at the end of every year. That means out of this money he's owing, he gave them back 5,000. So therefore, amount that will be left at the end of the first year, the actual amount left at the end of the first year, how will I put it now? Okay, amount 1R, that's amount for the first year after repayment. Amount for the first year after repayment will be A1 minus repayment. So Don't forget this. If it's a repayment question, at the end of each year, once you get the amount, you remove the one he has repaid. He was owing this, but then he paid them back 5,000. So now how much will he be owing? That will be 154,500 minus 5,000. So the amount at the end of year one after repayment will now be 149,500. Right? 149,500. Good. Then this amount now will now serve as the principal for year two. This. So please, if it's a repayment question, don't stop here. Make sure you subtract the repayment. So for second year, our interest is still PRT over 100. Now our P is this 149,500. R will not change. Time is still 1 year since we are calculating per annum. So 1 year. So that one we don't have to include it because it won't change anything. So our interest will be 1495 times 3. I2 will be 4,485 naira. Interest at the end of year 2. And the amount at the end of year 2 is I2 plus P2. So I2 is 4,485. P2 is this 149,500. If I add these two, my amount at the end of year 2 is 153,985 naira. But remember, this is not where you stop for year 2. Why? There's a repayment. This is a repayment question. So you have to subtract the repayment. Repayment again is 5,000. Alright. Now we are using 5,000 continuously here as the repayment for each year because we are told that he repays 5,000 at the end of each year. You may see a question where at the end of the first year he repaid 10,000. At the end of the second year he repaid 15,000. At the end of the third year he repaid 5,000. If the value varies, then use the appropriate value for each year. If you repaid 10,000 at the end of the first year, use 10,000 here. If you repaid 5,000 at the end of the second year, use 5,000 for the repayment. Alright, so we are using 5,000 all through because they told us it is 5,000 he paid back all through. I hope that's clear. Alright, so amount for the second year after repayment, A to R, will be amount to minus repayment. And this is going to be, our amount to is this 153,985 minus repayment of 5,000. And then this is going to give me 148,985. So this is the amount for year 2 after the repayment has been removed. And this is going to be our principal for year 3. Remember. So finally, we'll solve for the third year. Third year, our interest is still PRT over 100. Our P is this 148,985. Rate is still 3 over 100. So we'll multiply this by 3 since there's nothing, we can't cancel out 0. So let's just multiply and divide by 100. So that we'll get that I3 is 4,470 naira. Remember, they say to the nearest naira, so I'm approximating everything to the nearest whole number. Alright. Now the amount at the end of the third year is I3 plus P3. And I3 here is 4,470. P3 148,985. This will give me 153,455 naira. Okay, now this is the amount at the end of now. Repayment again. Remember, he paid every year 5,000. All right. So amount at the end of the third year after repayment. Remember, they said how much does he owe after 3 years. So this is actually what we are looking for, and this is going to be amount at the end of the third year minus the repayment. And this is amount at the end of the third year, 153,455 minus 5,000, 148,455 naira. Alright, so this is the amount he still owes at the end of the third year to the nearest naira. So after 3 years, he borrowed 150 naira. Okay, and after 3 years, he has this. He has 148,455 still to pay. So it's as if he has not repaid. Remember, he has been paying back 5,000 every year. So after 3 years, he has paid back a total of 15,000. All right. So normally, if you remove 15,000 from this, he's supposed to be owing around 135,000 normally. But because of compound interest, every year the amount he's owing increases. So even as he's repaying some part of it, it's still increasing the next year. He repays some part, it increases the next year. So that's why at the end of 3 years, it's almost as if he has not paid anything. He's still owing almost the same amount. This is 148,455. So it's like he has paid only about 1,645 naira or so. Right? So you see how compound interest keeps increasing. The value of money owed, money invested, money saved, depending on the interest rate. Alright, so I hope this is clear. It's quite straightforward. It's almost the same thing as what we did in the first video. Normal compound interest, year by year. Only difference is that subtract the repayment after each year. Alright, now they can either give you the same value of repayment all through, like this, or they give you different values of repayment. So just be careful and do what you are given. Use what you are given. Okay, so I'll give you an assignment now so that we'll end this video. Alright, so this is your assignment. A producer borrows 2 million at 5% per annum compound interest. 5%, 2 million. If he repaid 12,000, 17,000, and 10,000 in subsequent years, what does this mean? 12,000 is the first year repayment, 17,000 is second year repayment, 10,000 is the third year repayment. In subsequent years, so first, second, third, how much does he still owe after the third repayment? So 3 years. We calculate it for 3 years, similar to what we've done. So you can do it. You can do it. All right. I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget, if drop a like on this video, drop your thoughts in the comment. It won't take you much time or any energy to do that, but it will help a lot with the growth of the channel. And then share this video and share this channel with your friends so that they also come and learn and become better at mathematics. All right, do this assignment and send it to me on WhatsApp or on Telegram, and we'll go over it together. Okay, our next video we'll look at the formula for compound interest, and that will be the last video on that mathematics of finance. So make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss that video. All right, subscribe now and turn on notifications. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. And Pendulum, keep studying, keep learning.